Hi Leo, welcome back to your energetic weather forecast for October 30th, November 5th, take two. I was interrupted with the first version and it wasn't that great, so hopefully this one will be better. Let's look at your internal solar outgoing energy of the ego. Look at you. You are you. This is the Leo card for me, Queen of Wands. A very passionate woman, a very passionate individual, a healer, a entertainer, somebody who loves to be in the spotlight. This person is magical to me. And I think I've said that before. The black cat proves it. But this is a person who is very attractive, and if they're not physically attractive, people are attracted to them. Animals are attracted to them. Situations are attracted to them. They are people who will go to great lengths for their physical beauty as well, but there's just something about them that people want to warm their hands around, like a nice toasty fire. So I do feel some warmth coming from you, as well as some creative energy. And I do think the creative energy at this moment is in our thoughts. The crown is really pulling my attention. And I do feel like there is something romantic, some romantic energy around as well, because I'm feeling my heart center with this person. So there can be some of that energy as well. Your emotional state and how you are feeling emotionally, but also intuitively. This is your female magnetic yin energy. Nice. With the 10 of Cups. So there is faith in the future once more. Really nice, that card. I feel like there can be some kids around, which kind of makes sense with Halloween. I do feel that there is a really warm energy with both the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Tens are the end of a situation while you're beginning something else on an emotional level. And this is really, the Ten of Cups for me is about faith. It really is. And what you can achieve when you have faith and when you are faithful. And that could be to your partner, to your own emotions, to your children, to higher energy, spirits, God, the universe. It's kind of knowing that you are supported even through difficult times. But this is absolutely emotional fulfillment. Those little kids are really pulling my eyes, so I really feel like maybe you see the faith and the hope and the happiness through the eyes of a child, or while watching children or observing children. And it feels all around like a fun energy, especially with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is fun to be around. So yeah, this feels like a really nice, fun beginning to the week. I like it. Let's check out your head. Now your head, the Swords energy is always challenging, usually, but that's usually where we need to harness our energies with our mind and from our mind. So our mind can get away with us. Thoughts, you have two sides of the brain, so they're constantly talking back and forth to each other. This time you have the Three of Swords, so there can be a feeling of separation, or the thought of that you feel separated. I kind of have a feeling, though, that this can be weather related, because for all intents and purposes, we're pretty happy here. The beginning of the week looks really sunny and happy and shiny and fun. Maybe towards the latter part of the week, weather changes, and it kind of gives us that fall is, around the corner. Well, it's here, but you could still be having nice weather, and then the weather changes, and so can our mood along with that. And so, especially if you're somebody who needs extra vitamin D when the sun is starting to pull away, or we have less of it during the day, then, you know, we could feel a bit in the doldrums. Let's look at the rest of the cards before we pull all these things together, and maybe the Three of Swords makes a little more sense, but I will also clarify that. All right, so on a very physical level, you have the Four of Pentacles. Maybe you had a bit too much fun in the beginning of the week, and towards the latter part of the week, we're holding back a little bit, maybe financially, but also physically. It feels kind of like we're staying put, or we are working on foundations. We could be holding on to anything at this moment too much, and maybe we're holding on to the good times, and then it makes it rougher when there's not a whole lot going on with the Three of Swords. And so that can put us into a box. I kind of feel like boxed in with this Four of Pentacle cards. We'll have a look at that one too. We'll clarify that one as well. But let's look to see first how our spiritual inner sanctum is growing at this time. Nice. Right, the High Priestess. This can be secrets that have not been revealed, or things going on behind the scenes, but it's also kind of being middle path. And you see you have two polarities here, and she sits right in the middle. So that, for me, that's very, very Buddhist, the middle path, and that's apparently where you find peace, and makes sense to me. But also the secrets that haven't been revealed, but they're there. So this is more of the yin energy, right next to the Ten of Cups, and it's kind of like it's a womb, I would say, and the magician sends his electrical output, and the priestess holds it. She's the keeper of that electrical outgoing energy. She's the form that it takes. So I do feel that's formed twice here. So you may be on a very internal level figuring out how this particular energy can take form. This faith. What faith does your form have? Yeah. I do feel like we're kind of at a crossroads right now for some reason. And I think that's because I see really two very different types of energy here. And it's kind of like you can go two ways this week. And the High Priestess is saying, maybe the middle path is best. Maybe it's not a week to make big decisions, but to keep things kind of under your belt. Keep your cards close to your chest sort of energy, which is exactly what the Four of Pentacles is doing. Now the pomegranates are what are coming out to me. The pomegranate's a really interesting fruit historically. This is Persephone, who goes to the underworld, and not on her own, but is dragged to the underworld. But she sees that she's needed there, and vows to return every 6 months. So yeah, this is kind of the feeling of the early 6 months, the beautiful weather, the spring, the summer, and then we're transitioning into fall and winter, where things become a little less sunny, a little less bright, a little less active, and we kind of hibernate and hunker down a little bit. And so you could really be feeling the effects of the shift of seasons with this card. So I'm going to go to the Three of Swords now, and I want to see what's going on there for you. You have the Ten of Swords. So for me, that is the end of difficult mental situations, and it feels to me like we are on the verge of that with the Three of Swords. It's kind of like we've been dealing with the internal quite a bit, and even what makes us feel separated, even though we're not. And we are. It's always both. It's always both, you know? And that's why the middle path is such a balancing energy, because it's always both. And if you can see that, you're pretty good. Having said that, with the Ten of Swords there, it is the end of difficult mental situations, but it's also this feeling of I'm done. I have no more mental energy to expend. And so I'm just going to zone out towards the end of the week, very possibly. And maybe, I don't know if you're a stay-at-home kind of person, because the Queen of Wands wants to be out and about. But even if we're out and about, we're kind of keeping to ourselves, and we're keeping our cards close to our chest. We're not giving away too much. We're not giving out too much. And we could literally be saving our money. So let's pull one card for the Four of Pentacles. I have the World. So you are definitely at the end of a cycle with both of these cards. There's just a few things that you have to do before you move on to the next cycle. You could have some blocks with the Four of Pentacles and the World, but you know, that's just the week. It's not longer than that. So maybe what you wanted to get done doesn't get done by the end of the week. That's all. You could be looking for travel or looking into travel, but you don't go. The World is indeed a travel card, but the Four of Pentacles is stay put. So that doesn't seem to be happening this week either. What does Spirit want you to know? You have the Page of Cups, so this is my Pisces card. And with the High Priestess there is definitely information coming up from within or through your spirit. The Page of Cups is about expansion. And there is this moment where I feel like there is a spiritual expansion if you're paying attention and if you're listening. And listening is the key here. Because in the normal tarot deck, in the Rider-Waite, he's talking to a fish in his cup. But he's really more listening to the fish. The fish is talking. The fish is trying to tell him something. And he's listening. And if he listens, he can expand his energy, his thinking, his spiritual life. There may also be a Pisces around that you're busy with. This is going to be a young person. They have a lot of insecurities, and I don't know, this person can be possibly a reason why, because I have children here, can be a reason why we feel this towards the end of the week. I do want to take another card with that for some reason, so let me do that. We have time. I'll be quick about it. Those blue stockings are really pulling me. I don't know if this person or you may have leg issues. Blue could be circulation for me. That's very possible. The Judgment card. Yeah. This is the clarion call. This is definitely, if you listen, you can find rebirth. If you're not paying attention, you're not listening, you're just judging yourself harshly, or somebody else quite harshly, you're not really getting the message. So I would mind your judgments. But there is a rebirth here. I don't think it's going to happen this week. I think by the end of the week you're going to be tired, is my feeling, or at least blocked off. But the beginning of the week looks fantastic. Have a great time. Enjoy Halloween and enjoy the children that enjoy Halloween. Thanks for listening. I'll be back in a week with I believe, a full moon reading. And until then, I appreciate it. Give a like, a subscribe, or share, because it really helps the channel and it helps the algorithm, and it's a nice exchange of energy. Much appreciated. Thank you. Bye.